So for this one, let me walk you through the component and describe the core components of virtual machine and how virtualization can be used effectively in a business environment. A virtualization machine or a virtual machine or VM is essentially a software-based computer that runs on the top of a physical hardware through a layer called hypervisor. Each VM has several core components that mirror what we'd find in a physical computer. First, there is the virtual hardware, wherein the CPU, the memory, storage, the network interfaces. These aren't physical pieces of hardware. They are abstractions managed by the hypervisor. The hypervisor allocates a portion of the host machine's actual to resource to each VM, allowing multiple virtual machines to operate independently on the same physical server. The second one, we have the virtual disk, wherein this is usually a file on the host system that acts as the VM's hard drive. So the virtual disk is the VM hard drive, wherein it operates systems, application, the data. Virtual disks are flexible and they can grow as needed, and they can be copied and move or back up easily. And the third one is the virtual network adapter, wherein this one allows the VM to communicate with other VMs or with external networks through virtual networking. You can create isolated environments, stimulate complex setups, or integrate VMs into an existing company network. And finally, each VM has its own guest operating system, wherein the system can be Windows, Linux, or any OS supported by hypervisor. The key point is that each VM behaves just like a standalone machine, even though it shares a physical resources or it shares with physicals with others. Now let's talk about how business leverages and virtualization. One of the most impactful uses is server consolidation. Instead of running one application for physical server, which wastes resources, virtualization allows multiple servers to run on the same hardware. This reduces cost, power consumption, and physical space. Like, for example, an organization might replace 10 underutilized servers with two powerful hosts running 10 virtual machines. That immediate savings and simplified management. Another critical use case is business continuity and disaster recovery. Because VMs are essentially files, you can take snapshots, back them up, and replicate them. And if a primary server fails, the VM can be brought up to another host within minutes, minimizing downtime and protecting the operations. A virtualization also support testing and development. So business can spin up isolated VMs to test new software, patches, or configuration. Like configuration without risking production's system. If something goes wrong with the VM, can simply reverted to a snapshot. This gives teams a freedom to experiment it safely. And finally, the virtualization can improve scalability and efficiency business. can dynamically allocate more CPU, RAM, or storage to a VM demands increases. The VMs increases. The flexibility allows the organization to scale applications without major upgrade or without major hardware upgrades. Overall, the virtualization provide cost savings, reliability, easier management, and greater flexibility by, of course, understanding the components of VM and how they work together. Business can be built efficient, resilient, and scalable AI environments, directly impacting productivity and long-term growth. So that's how a virtual machine can work in a business environment.